Cheers, buddy.
Watch out for the bongo.
Hello, and welcome to Matt's Car Chat. Rob's on board today. Give us a wave, Rob. There he is. So, we've just come back from...
God.
He's gone, he's back. We're going to have some sun issues here, so we're going to see how it goes. So we've just come back from Cornwall. We've just seen from the title of the video, we're in a little M2 today from Thrifty. Another Jonathan special, £100 for the day, this one. And yeah, just a little acceleration over the Tamar Bridge. So what have we got then? So it's an 18 plate M2. It's got about 360, 370, 380 brake horse. 0-60 and 4.3. We've got the DCT today, which is actually really lovely. It's as far as normally can be a 7-speed box. The cabin is fairly boggo, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
In the fact that it's pretty BMW standard. You've got 3 settings: Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus.
Some basic iDrive system.
Basic iDrive system.
Not gesture, but the touch controls and the type right your address in, but hit and miss.
It's got some nice kind of, I don't know if it's carbon fibre. It looks like a carbon weave.
Yeah.
It's got the nice paddles that I like.
Yeah, paddles are good.
So I've been looking forward to this one. Part of why we're in it now is that potentially Thrifty's fleet are going to be losing the M2. So we saw this as an opportunity just to get in and give it a go, because we've been looking forward to this one because we reckoned that this would be as much as you want for a good old-fashioned British B road. It's really neatly compact. It feels small, and I like that about it. Nice short wheelbase. What do you say the back section was? 265.
Yeah. 265s on the back.
So it's got 265, 35, 19 on the back. You know, which is an awful lot of contact patch for, you know, really short wheelbase.
Yeah.
And actually, do you know what? We'll do first impressions. I mean, I genuinely think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
You know,
it's the most enjoyable car I've driven from Thrifty, and bearing in mind that one of those is £135,000.
Yeah.
But that's a different beast. Like I said, you could use this. Oh, right.
Apologies.
You could use this as an everyday car because you've got a decent enough space in the back. But if you put it in sport, you could have a hell of a lot of fun.
So let's go through our positives, and then if I do 3, you do 3 different.
If I can,
and then we'll pick the top 3.
Oh, crikey.
Right, I'll do some obscure ones so you can have some of the obvious ones. First one for me, first positive, it's quite comfortable for me. The seats are nice and wide, the seating position is good.
You can change the bolsters.
Yeah, so you can adjust the bolster for being in the corner. Driving position is good. I think the footwell's a bit narrow, and I was hoping for a slightly bigger brake pedal, but the seating position and the driving position is good. In terms of compared to certainly the last M5, which if you've seen the last video, you know, was really tight. The seat, particularly the leg bolsters, were really pinchy. So the first one for me is driving position. The next one for me is that it's got to be the gearbox, because I think that the gearbox is 7-speed, as quick as you like, and it works. It's definitely better if you know where you're going and you know the road in manual.
You can choose what you want,
and you know what's coming up. I think that you're still slightly cleverer than the gearbox, but is it a good gearbox? Yes, it really is. So I really like the gearbox.
If you know which gear out of 7 to use.
Yeah, and I think 7 is really an overdrive, and maybe 6 and 7 are an overdrive, and if you work on 1 to 5, you won't go far wrong. And then the final thing for me is I'm either going to say brakes or styling. Which one do you want?
I don't mind. Alright, wasn't on one of mine.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have brakes, then styling, and then you can have 4, and we'll pick a top 3 from there. So the brakes are epic. They are absolutely gigantic. I'll put all the pictures for this. Oh, hello, we've got company. I'll put all the pictures for this video. I don't know if you can see it, but we've got a police car behind us, so I'm being very, very brave. Quick look over the side to see if they're going faster. That's all right.
They've gone.
Bye, lads. You do an excellent job.
We have seen so many police on this journey.
Yeah, it's been a bit twitchy, isn't it?
But
yeah, we'll put a picture after the video of the size of the wheels and the disc. The discs are gigantic. I don't know.
Coloured brake calipers as well.
They're just cool. And particularly because they match. This is a blue one, and again, you'll see that from the pictures. And then the styling. I just think it's so squat and haunch, this little thing, that particularly from the rear and the front, for me, the rear arches look great. It's really, I think it's such an angry looking little fella. So they're my top four, and I know that some of your three will be the same as mine, and then we'll do a top three between us.
I think outright speed, it pins you back, but it sounds and feels so much more than it actually is. Like if you're cruising at 50, it feels, because of, this is another one of mine, because of the engine noise, the exhaust noise, I think, those two combined, the fact that it feels a lot faster than it is, but when you put it into sport and you've got the exhaust gargle, it's fantastic. The snap, crackle and pop now and again, it's just a lot more fun. And in terms of, I think my final thing would be the fact that it's...
My face is doing that because I'm playing with the cruise control, but I got it. We're at a 50 mile an hour average.
You're not having a stroke.
I got it. It's all good.
It's the fact that it's narrow.
Yeah.
The fact that, going back to the size thing, it's the fact that if you are on one of those good old-fashioned B roads, that if the road gets even the slightest bit narrow, it's not an issue.
You're not as terrified as you would be in one of the big ones.
Yeah, like I said, when we took out the M760, when we took out the M6, if anything was coming the other way, you crack, because it's that much heavier as well. So therefore, when you put your foot on the anchor, it is sort of like, it feels like it's going to need a lot more effort from you, or that you're going to have to slow down a lot more before the corners. That's probably why the brakes feel good. It's the fact that it's that much lighter.
Yeah, they're that big on this sort of car.
Yeah. So you've got bus brakes.
So for a car that shares,
the size of a sheep.
Yeah, definitely for a car that shares a lot of its component parts with the M3 and the M4,
and it's that much
actually
smaller.
some of those parts then become overrated for the size of the car that I think it is.
So it is literally the.
So how many points have you done?
How many what?
How many points? Because you were
I think three. So I think I would say it's
speed,
the outright speed combined with the engine noise, and the fact that it is that good sports car size. Because obviously all the cars that you want to, take out in these lanes are these like 2-seater small sports cars.
Yeah.
This has got that sort of size, but with the practicality of a family car.
Okay. What's our top three? Noise is probably top for both of us. It is. We'll get some exhaust. We'll get some exhaust points in. In fact, if we insert them here. So yeah, noise is one.
Noise is one.
I think I'm going to have to go with yours, which is just the size.
Yeah.
It's
got everything. It's small enough that it's nimble, but it's big enough that you can do all manner of things.
Yeah.
I think it's on it. It's on it.
And then third, I think it's how it looks. I think it looks like a sports car.
Yeah.
I think all the other bits are superfluous. It is insanely quick, and that kind of comes with the noise. Comfort's good because it takes that drone out of it a bit. Actually, when you're on sport, it is quite noisy.
It is. You put it in comfort, and you don't really notice that you're driving an absolutely leery beast.
Okay, any bits that irritate you? Two for me. You go first this time.
I think I would take want from you. The fact that there's no park on the gear stick, so you literally, it's just very weird. You don't feel safe.
It's taken us a while to work that out, and we sat in the car, like there was a bit of handbrake noise when we were moving backwards and forwards.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good for a car that you're spending nearly £50,000
Yeah,
on.
definitely, that was not good.
It's probably one from you is the steering.
It's too sharp, isn't it?
It's just weird. It almost feels like there's little individual. It's not. It doesn't feel continuous.
I know. It's an electric. It's an electric rack, but it's not right. It's definitely not right. Like,
I like a good rack.
You do like a good rack, ribs and otherwise. When you're, this is me all over, but when I'm not concentrating and I give it a quick turn of the wheel, it's gone. It's off. So in one respect, it's actually really pointy and accurate, but
you'd have to get used to it.
Yeah, I don't love how pointy it is. Is my point, I think.
What's your point? It's not. It's too pointy.
The point is that it's too pointy.
How pointy is
when
this
I don't
point?
want it to be pointy? Is that a point?
So it's too pointy when you want it to be. When you don't want it to be pointy, but it's pointy enough when you want it to be pointy.
Which is good. So is that a negative or not? Do we need to re-edit the whole video to put it back into a good? All right. Okay. Put thumbs down because that's absolute garbage. Is that 2 points from you then? Park. You're not having another one.
Yeah.
Park and pointy.
Park and pointy.
Mine is that when you're up on your toes, the gearbox still. It's not quite right.
Yeah, if you're on sport,
it
holds in like second at 5,500 revs. It just stays there.
If it did that in Sport Plus, because Sport Plus thinks you're on a track, that would be fine. But it's not quite right.
I don't think that, like I said, I don't like these manual flappy paddles that don't automatically go back after.
Yeah, I mean we've both been caught out on that.
This is it. I was driving a manual, and then about 5 minutes later stopped, and then it was still in manual.
Yeah.
And it didn't realise. Hang on a minute, I should probably go into auto here because this is being driven a little bit silly style.
Yeah.
So I agree. Holding it in the low gears for too long.
I had another one.
But I mean, we've done what, 150 miles in it so far.
180 miles.
All right, that's like 150. And yeah, I've not got uncomfortable. I've not had as many sort of like not scary moments, but like heart in my mouth sort of thing because I felt in control the whole time.
Yeah. I just think if it was 50 grand of your own money, and you would. The RS3s will always compete with it because of its four-wheel drive nature, but actually on drive roads today, I think it's been relatively well behaved.
Yeah, I think it's been brilliant. Yeah,
considering it is rear wheel, I just think that.
I've never thought, and with gigantic wheels.
Yeah,
I've never felt like it was going to be unhinged in any way, shape, or form.
No, totally agree. Totally agree. Cool. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed that today, and the sound quality is a bit better. I'm sorry for the periods of kind of halo. Yeah, it's not a Sixth Sense movie where you're going to find out that we're all dead, and this is some sort of weird.
Blame the curvature of the earth for that.
So yeah, I really hope the audio is better. As ever, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to, I don't know why I'm doing this on a roundabout. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully there'll be some new content coming very soon. Cheers. Why is this also?
Do it first thing in the morning? Like I said, I wonder whether that...
And if I've just got to have it right back here, as far as back as it'll go. Ooh. That wasn't me, was it?
It could have been you.